I'm getting ready to try and remove this set of carburetors from the frame. As you can see, rear wheel fenders and such have been removed, and gas tank, so I've got lots and lots of room to see everything. And I've looked hard on the forums, both Naked Goldwing and Goldwing Docs. And I'm really having trouble finding detailed video or instructions on how to remove the bank of carburetors from the frame. So the question for me is, can I remove these carburetors as they are, as a unit, from the frame with all of this space that I've got here? No gas tank, no fuel filter in the way. I'm optimistic that I can get these out. So let me start on the process. Doing this one-handed is going to be tricky, so I've set the camera down. I'm going to loosen up the throttle plate here. Easy to do. That allows me to get some slack here on this cable and just extract that. That was easy. Maybe not so easy on the next one. Move the throttle the other way. There we go. That should pop out of there now. Okay, so I've got both cables disconnected. I've got to get that loose and that loose to take these off. And out that comes. That nice and loose. And that should come out of there. Second cable extracted. Next will be the choke cable. Right up here. Loosen this and extract that cable from there. So all the cables are connected. I'll just remove this trim piece from both sides just to give myself a little more wiggling. Very liberal in the use of PB Blaster. Before I started anything with this project, I soaked everything that I could see. It's those bottom ones I want to get out, not those top ones. Soak them up as best I can. Started to try and get at that lower Phillips down there, and because of this brace, it's very hard to get a straight shot at it, and I was starting to strip it way down in there. And so what I'm going to do is stop and get the carburetors loosened up so that I can move them back a smidge before I try that again. I sure don't want to strip off that little Phillips. I had soaked all of these nuts with PB Blaster prior to starting the project. And they're all coming loose nicely. Heading to grunt, but they're coming loose. You can see that this gas line was already disconnected from the fuel pump, so that's been done. Now I'm just going to tap on this rack and see if it comes loose. And it did right away, very easily. Now I'll do the other side. Now that I've tapped it loose, let's see if I can just inch it back a little bit so that I get better access. Oh yeah, now I can definitely get a better shot at that Phillips. So I just started to lift and twist the bank of carburetors. And at this point, it's looking very encouraging. I wish I could put the camera down so you could see the process. But you can see how much wiggle room I have there now. And the question will be, what's going to happen up here with this air valve? Because so far, I have not been able to break that one Phillips head loose, and I'm going to try and get this out without taking that air valve off. Don't know if it can be done, but I'm going to find out. As soon as I got those manifolds off, I covered up the intake holes. Do not want little bits and pieces falling in there. I ended up putting a fresh Phillips head bit in this socket wrench set, and with this extension on, getting it on that back Phillips screwdriver and tapping it with a hammer gently, spraying PB blaster, tapping some more, and she came loose. Removed that valve from the top right of the carburetors, and I've just tucked it down in here. It's just sitting in here. But I think with that tucked down in there now, I should be able to slide this whole bank of carbs out. Could not get the carbs out with that air valve there, so here it is over here. I've just moved it over to the side, and now these should come out. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not, but I think you get the idea. These are definitely coming out. So that worked really well. Here's the bank of carbs here on the ground. I didn't have to loosen anything, but interestingly enough, this intake tube fell off from here as I took the carburetors out, which probably means I'm going to have to come up with a solution for sealing that, or putting on a different one. I have others. There we are, carbs off. Hope this helps somebody.